Hi guys, okay, so I haven't done a video in a long time as my roommate stares at me while I am recording and she is trying not to laugh. Okay, so this is a serious subject. This is a serious subject up here. Okay, so forever ago I was asked to do a video about confidence because everyone says I'm a confident person. And I can agree with that. Don't stare at me while I'm talking.
You're supposed to be confident.
I know,
I'm your
but
audience.
I don't.
Preach, woman.
This video is not planned out, okay, guys? I don't have notes that I'm looking on or anything like that. I'm just going with whatever, and we're just gonna see how this turns out because that's how confident I am. I'm not doing this scripted, I guess you could say. So I was asked, actually about a month and a half ago to do a video about confidence because they're saying you seem like a really confident person and everything. Yes and no. Yes, because I've had lots of experience in my life, which I can actually talk about here in a bit, that makes me a confident person overall. And no, because I still have insecurities and I still do have things that I don't think I'm the best at. And sorry about the whole hand gesture thing. I've always done that all my life. So, what is confidence? Well, there's not a certain definition. There is, I mean, you could go on like freaking Google and look up a definition for confidence and dictionary.com will give you one. But it's the way that you feel about yourself in a positive way, and I mean, that's just only the bare skin of it. There's so many different layers to it. It's insane. You have to have confidence like when you're dating, because if you don't have confidence and you're dating someone, I've never had this problem, but if you're dating someone and this person doesn't have confidence, it kind of ruins the relationship because you kind of have to know to love yourself before you go into a relationship. Obviously that takes years for people to do, and people have gone through relationships where they learn that or they show that it doesn't or anything like that, but confidence in general, it's the way you carry yourself also and the way you react in certain situations. So for me, my confidence was actually not that great in the beginning of 7th grade and even like from 1st grade to like 6th grade. And my confidence wasn't that great. I was a really tiny little girl, and at 1st grade I was the same size as everyone else, but then everyone started getting bigger than me, and they got all this nice clothing from their parents, and I went to private school, so you know, private school kids, their parents have a lot more money, and I didn't live in a big fancy house or anything. My dad was a manager at a fast food restaurant, and my mom just worked cashier. And so we had pretty good money because my dad, he had this manager spot and he was opening all these new stores and everything. So he was getting really good money, but it wasn't anything too fantastic. We didn't have like a super duper fancy car, and I just had like, you know, normal clothes. It didn't really matter just because, you know, I'm a kid, so I would go shopping at Kohl's instead of Limited 2. I think it's called Justice now, but back in the day it was called Limited 2. That was the shit to get your clothes from. I'm sorry for cussing, but that was the place where you got your clothes from. I'm sorry messing with my hair. I normally have my hair pinned back, but I don't. And so I just looked okay, and since everyone was like developing and I wasn't, that was kind of weird, and I would always be the really, really weird girl. I would always, I don't know, I wanted to fit in so badly, but I just didn't. And I still had friends. It wasn't like I was an outcast or anything, but I wasn't one of the cool kids, you know. I was just the girl who was just, there was just a little something wrong with her. That was it. But, you know, I still had like really good friends. So I went to middle school. I didn't know any kind of like fashion stuff. I didn't know what looked good, what people wore, what was the cool thing to be into or whatever. So that was weird. And I remember seeing this guy, and his name was Austin, and I fell head over heels for him, and he was my first boyfriend, and he was actually a jerk to me. I faintly remember it, but I remember he was a jerk to me. And I don't even think I had his phone number. I feel like I only had him on MySpace. It was MySpace, it wasn't Facebook back then. And I also started taking my first theater class in middle school. I was in a play beforehand, 6th grade. I started middle school and 7th grade at a public school. But it's just, theater did so much for me. It's ridiculous how much I changed because of theater. So I started my first play 6th and 5th grade, and 5th grade had a really, really small role. It had like one line out of like a 2-act play. The second one was a 2-act play, and I actually had one of the main roles. And I was still really shy then, but theater kind of, I was really good. I did really good at that role. I was in 6th grade, so for a 6th grader I did really good. But socially I wasn't all that well. So middle school I still was not all that well, but I was still more into theater, and then I did theater all through middle school and almost all through high school. Theater did so much for me because my theater teachers told me that you have to be so comfortable with yourself. Like you can't hold back or anything. You can't really care what people think, and you have to be confident in your lines also. And people are texting me. And you have to be confident in your lines also because you have to memorize them, and you have to be confident in your head that you know them. So I remember even one of my classes, we had to pick a song and we had to crazily dance in front of the entire class. Half the people were terrified. I was fine with it because this was junior year and I was pretty confident then, so it wasn't that big of a deal for me. And then we also had to sing a depressing song, or sad song, it didn't have to be depressing, but just like a slow kind of meaning behind the song or whatever. And I can't sing, you guys. I sing all the time, but I'm awful at it, and people are just like, you should go on Broadway, ha ha ha. I'm like, ha ha, you're so funny. And it was all through high school. I don't know what else besides theater helped me bring my confidence up, but every single year of high school I would get more and more social and I guess confident wise. And even before high school started, I had the guts to start talking to this guy who was Kendall, and I got the guts to talk to him through MySpace. I got the guts to actually send him a message and say hi. And okay, it's online, you know, it's just like one button, you just type it and hit enter, like that was it. But I had the guts to because this guy was dating one of my really good friends. And I really liked him. And so I was just like, well, what if I just say hi? Like, that's it, I won't do anything else. We end up going out. What if I never said hi to him? Just sent that message that said hey. Or say, hey, I'm friends with this girl. Like, blah, 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 you're dating her. I'm like her really good friend. Hey, how's it going? If I never messaged him, I would have never had that 4-year relationship with him. And even being in a relationship with someone who calls you beautiful every single day and says that they love everything about you, they love your little quirk things, all the goofy stuff that you're into, they love it, you know, that's a big thing. And if you like someone and they don't like you back, then don't be in a relationship with them. Because before Kendall, I was in a lot of relationship with guys and we got along. But that first boyfriend, Austin, we were into some of the same interests and stuff, but he just didn't try. I was like so puppy love and crushing on him and everything, but he was just kind of like, this girl likes me, so I asked her out. No, that's not okay. And the first guy I even kissed, back of the church fan, yeah. So this guy never actually asked me out. I was never his girlfriend. He was a playa, pretty much. And even like before then, you know, I dated this guy who was a year older than me, and then I dated one of my good friends, and then I dated some other guy. They liked me, but they didn't think I was fantastic. They thought those little quirk things that I have with myself, they thought it was really weird, so they're just like, this girl's crazy. So, being in that relationship and getting that friendship and being in that boyfriend-girlfriend relationship thing did a lot for me also, because I would go through things that I was still insecure about. Like, I've never been too like insecure about my height, but sometimes it got to me. And my nose is kind of large. My height I was never really made fun of. Like, sometimes people do it today, but it's just like, I don't really care. I love being short, so I don't care. But when I was little, I never got made fun of that. It was my nose. My nose isn't that big, but compared to the size of my face, it's kind of large, because in middle school I was called Big Nose, because it's like, is it this way? No, it's not too big this way, but like this way, it's just kind of puffy. That's it. It's just a little large for my face. If my nose was like this, it'd look normal, but like, it's my dad's nose, so I was called Big Nose in middle school, and it's kind of like, okay, people said that, and it wouldn't really hit me, but I would just hear it. And also they would call me Curly Toes, as weird as that sounds. I'm not gonna show you guys my feet, but I have this one toe, and actually a lot of people have this. I thought I was the weirdest person in the world because of my toes, but a lot of people have it. My toe, my second toe, so let's pretend this is my second toe, this is my big toe. My toe goes like this. So when you look at it from a distance, or you look at a certain angle, it looks like it's cut off. And it's not. It's just curled, it's just like that, it's just the anatomy of my body. My dad's like, we could get surgery for that. I seriously considered surgery for getting a toe fixed. A toe. Because I was called Curly Toes when I was in middle school. So, also, you guys, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before. I'm an A cup. They've gotten bigger since middle school, obviously, but I've been an A cup since middle school. And they've gotten slightly bigger, but my sister now is actually a B. And I'm, okay. And my sister is a B right now. We used to be the same size, but all of a sudden she moved to a B, and she's 24. So I was always really nervous about that, because guys in middle school and guys in high school, they love the boobies, and that's what you show off, because you weren't allowed to wear shorty shorts, because I have a nice butt. I was made fun of that, like, middle school I didn't have a butt, but people nowadays, they're just like, girl, I love me some ass. Not really, but you know what I mean. What'd you say?
It's a damn girl, nice ass.
Okay, oh, okay, she said, okay. So I get a lot of compliments on my butt from guys, especially when I'm dating them and everything. They're like, oh, you're so lucky I'm an ass guy, and I'm just like, yeah,
That's
well.
like an insult.
Yeah, exactly, it's an insult.
And a compliment at the same time.
Exactly, insult and compliment at the same time. So it's like, they like my butt, but they're just like, yeah, you have boobs, but they're not really there. I'm not good. They're just, they're just kind of there. You're lucky I'm an ass guy. And I'm just like, really? So, dating Kendall, his mother was a doctor, and so she, if I'm not mistaken, got discounts, like got free insurance or something like that. So whenever she got something done, or whenever something happened in the family, it wouldn't cost that much. So she one time got her thighs shrink down, so they actually took fatty stuff off of her thighs, and they were just like bruised up and swollen or whatever. And so she also possibly had some kind of boob lift also. She was a D cup. And I know this because I used her bathroom one time, and she had like 6 bras hanging on the door, and I was just wondering, out of curiosity, what size she wears. 36D. And I'm just like, that's fantastic. That's what Kendall grew up with, and I'm just here with an egg. Sweet. And so I told him before that I seriously considered plastic surgery because I was so insecure about this whole entire thing. Well, he never said no. He never said don't do that. He never said your body's perfect. Why would you do that? He was just kind of like, sure, okay, that's what you want to do. Yeah, well, thank you. So that was awesome. Don't know why the relationship didn't work out, but whatever. I did want to mention this video. There's a reason why I'm doing this video. Just because, yes, because of confidence, but I watched Emily Noel's video, and she's doing a video series about confidence, and I can show you, I can read you guys like all the parts she's talking about. She's saying taking the lead, which can be doing any kind of group work and being the leader to it. Sometimes I'm the leader, sometimes I'm not. You always have that one person who's just kind of like instantly takes the lead, instantly in charge, instantly the leader, you know? I feel it's a little too much, it's a little too confident, it's a little bitchy, like, depends on the person. So, owning it, and then, like, owning your skills and your traits and stuff. So owning your insecurities, like me being an A cup, yes, I am owning it now, because for your information, A cups can be sexy. Thank you very much. That's all I have to say. A cups can be sexy. So that's me owning it. Leaving your comfort zone, best thing I can say about that is theater. Getting up on stage in front of a shit ton of people and performing, and yeah, it's a lot. And I've been in a lot of plays and stuff, so even singing I've been in. And I'm not the best singer. So persistence, I don't know exactly what persistence is, but okay. Passion is another one, and then finding yourself. The thing about passion, when I think of passion, instantly I think of this school, and I go to SCAD, Savannah College of Art and Design. You guys already know that. And what they say here is it's like your passion, and then working from there into something you can do in the future. And passion is what you have to have pretty much to do anything in your life. Obviously you're going to do things in school that you're not going to like, and that's why you're just okay at it, or why you're not that into it. That's not why you want to do it for the rest of your life, because you don't have a passion for it. So passion, because if you have passion for something, like for example having passion in your work, then your work's obviously going to be better. Blech. So that's why my photographs are like really, really good, because I have a passion for that. And my drawings, they're okay, but I don't have a passion for it, because I'm not like awesome at it. Just like when I'm like going to digital stuff, I'm just like, oh my god, yes, thank you. So passion, obviously. And even we learn here, the reason we have to take speech, you have a whole bunch of different people who go here. You have people who are really quiet themselves, really socially awkward, and don't want to talk to anybody, and then you have the people that are just like me, who are, you know, average confidence, you know, they're cool and everything, and then you have the like super duper hyper party kids. So we have to take speech class, because what you have to do is be able to present yourself to other people in the future when you're trying to get networking done, and like you're trying to get a job and everything. You have to be able to present yourself and present your work, and say what you need to say, and conversate with this person, and make sure that they remember you. Because if you sit there in a corner, who are you going to remember? The person who's talking as loud as me, or the person who's in the corner not doing anything, like my roommate over here? No, I'm just kidding. She's actually being somewhat interactive while I'm talking. You have to get them to remember you, and by you talking loud and talking with hand gestures and saying something really funny, they're going to remember you. And also finding yourself, I would say probably the entire time I've been here, I've gotten closer to that. I'm not sure if I found myself yet. I feel like I'm close to it though. But even going through that breakup after 4 years, imagine how much my confidence, which we'll say my confidence is like here, it's not to the ceiling, which we have really high ceilings here. It's about here right now. But my confidence level from here, after that breakup, went down, like instantly. Like less than 10 minutes, it went completely down. And obviously that's going to be for anyone, saying, what did I do better? What did I do wrong? You know? And it sucks, and it's like, is it someone else? Well, you compare yourself to other people. It's the worst feeling in the world. But I finally got that back after a while. Like in the middle of the quarter, went up to like here. I did the quarter and started seeing someone else and went up to here. And as of right now, it's back to the height it was supposed to be. So it took a hell of a long time, but I'm back in a relationship where this guy says I'm perfect and I am beautiful and loves my ass and apparently loves my A cups too. Don't care, and he talks to me every day and he misses me every day, blah 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 blah. And he also says that he doesn't understand why I'm with him. Well, if you date someone that's super duper cute and they don't like you for you, then why the hell are you dating them? Don't ever date someone just for their looks. I think Steve is pretty attractive because I love the blonde hair, the blue eyes, somewhat scruffy, and guitar players, they just like, they make my panties melt. And my roommate is agreeing with me too. They make my panties melt. I will say that out loud, don't care. And just like someone who's sweet to you is absolutely amazing. And also attracted to him because he has that badass vibe to him. Never dated a badass before. I'm always go to the sweet kind of guys. But he does have a sweet side. He says he's a hopeless romantic. He takes me on the best dates ever and shows me off. So yeah. And confidence can be shown inside and out, which leads me to the outside, which leads me to makeup. This is like the closing part since I do makeup most of the time and fashion and beauty and stuff. Makeup, you need, I feel, this is my look on it. A lot of people are going to disagree with me, and that's okay because there's a lot of things and a lot of layers to confidence that this video is already way too long. So, confidence with makeup. To me, you need to be able to go out in public with no makeup on and be comfortable with that before you should wear makeup. And obviously, for someone who starts wearing makeup in middle school, that's not going to be the case. But it should be done, especially when you're an adult or something like that. And with me, I can do it, but I have a love for makeup. So I prefer to wear it. But I don't mind going out in my glasses with my hair up in a bun, no makeup on, and just go to class. You've seen me like that before, I'm pretty sure. And I'm okay with it. And inside confidence is being okay with yourself and being okay with the body you're in and looking at the best qualities about your personality and what you can do and your passion and your traits and your abilities. And also outside, okay, I am 5'2", I am an A cup, I am a size 1. Very, very, very skinny. So even people make jokes, they're just like, oh, your maternity clothes would be medium-sized shirts. I absolutely love sleeping in baggy shirts like that. That's my favorite shirt to sleep in. So I think someone who is even a size 8 to a size 12 to a size 14 is just as beautiful. Believe me, because I know I've heard so many guys say that they love girls with love handles or any extra kind of meat, and also because they also have bigger boobs too and they have a bigger ass. But regardless, I think they are just as beautiful, and even though if some guys don't agree with me, whatever, I think every single one of my friends are beautiful. Don't matter what, pretty much. And I don't know, just everyone has quirks to them, like, seriously. Sure, I look good on the outside, but the inside I have all these little quirks to me, obviously. So, the last thing I wanted to do, just to wrap everything up, make sure you go watch Emily Noel's video. She's doing a video series. So, make sure you go watch that. Keep up with that. I might do a part 2 to this video or whatever, because this video is already really, really long. I really don't want it 30 minutes. And I actually have to go to dinner soon, so I'd prefer not to do that. And the last thing I'm going to show you guys is a piece of work that I have done very recently. It was done for my final project last quarter. And what the project is that my color theory teacher, yes, I had a class about color theory. It was amazing. She said that we got a word that she gave to us, and it's her first impression that she gets and her impression that she gets from us during class. And we could probably get something that's like totally different than us or whatever. So I will show you that. And what we had to do is use 2 different color palettes, exactly same composition, and show the differences, the actual meaning and the opposite of the meaning with color. So My word was confidence, which is actually really funny. So people have it and then I have it and people are knocking at the door. Okay, so my friends are knocking at the door to go to dinner with me right now and they're rushing me. But I'm finishing this video. I'm gonna have to edit this later and this is gonna be forever long. Or I could just upload this without editing. So here's this, ta-da! Complementary colors and bright colors here. Those are warm, and down here is cooler colors. Kind of a triadic color scheme. Triadic? I feel like that's right. Okay. So that is everything, you guys. I'm gonna go because I gotta go eat dinner. And you guys can message me about anything you have, and I'll do a part 2, possibly, if you guys would like to do. So see you guys in a future video.